All right, we on this bitch right now. Finally, after some technical difficulties. Oh, geez, I mean, wait. Wait.
Dude, he was not fucking around.
Jesus Christ.
No, we're on.
He goes, I heard myself pop.
We go.
All right, hold on. Okay, what we do, the inaugural, is we go top bots. Top bottom.
Yeah. I got you.
So top, bottom.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what's yours? Okay.
All right, yeah.
There we go.
I can't put this here.
That's so good once it hits your lips.
Yeah. All right, get the mics closer. I feel like if I'm holding mine, you're going to have to hold your mic.
Really?
Just hold it.
It's cooler.
You can't get it in here. You can't get closer.
All right, I'll hold it.
All right. So let's introduce some people. To the right, I got my my good friend here, Kizzle. Kizzle, he is wearing some flannel. We also have my friend here, D-Rock. Say hello.
D-Rock.
D-Rock Chopra. Motherfucker, that's him. And then the next one I have is Shams Lewis back again, and ready to argue some more.
Returning champ.
Ready to argue some more about life and wait, I don't think some people heard that statement about you, and you said that what does America lead in? What again was that? We lead in the amount of homeless people. Go ahead.
We lead in the amount of homeless people.
So the United States.
The United States leads the world in the amount of homeless people.
Okay.
The amount of people that believe angels are real.
Okay.
And the amount of illiteracy.
The amount of homeless people. Is that what you said already?
I don't know the third one. I don't remember what I said.
Oh, damn. We should probably read it back. But what do you got to think about that? The amount of people that believe in angels, more in the United States than anywhere else.
Seems reasonable.
Seems reasonable.
I'm not surprised.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
I don't know. Maybe, but that's a real thing, though.
I feel like it is real.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to unplug you real quick.
I feel like it's a fact.
Yeah, and untangle my cord real quick.
Unplug you and untangle.
Yeah, because I'm just tugging on everything.
I should have had fucking Kizzle do this. Off. All right, we good?
We're good.
All right. All right. The reason why I had this podcast here, first of all, Shams.
Is my mic off?
Shams. What?
Is my mic off?
No,
you hear me?
No, I can hear you.
It's all good.
Oh, you want to be turned up? All right.
All
right. Turn me up on my microphone.
Just a little bit.
All right.
Just a little. There we go.
Oh. Whoa.
Now I'm getting a little something.
Now you're real close. But
I'm in a situation.
All right. So we're all out here drinking Shams. We had some technical difficulties. Would have done it the other way, but had some internet connection woes. Which is fine. But the reason why I brought y'all here today is D-Rock Chopra. All right. He's been through some crazy things. I felt that I needed to get him on the Shams. We're friends, right?
I mean,
and how do we know each other?
6th grade. I think I let you borrow a video game.
Yeah, that happened. And we were on the same basketball team, right? Or were we on different basketball teams?
Different. And then
But we were connected by Neil Bay, which we should get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think that I was friends with Neil because he had his mom owned the burger joint or something across the street, and that's how I met him. Remember, across the street, the teriyaki style.
Burger stuff?
Yeah, but it wasn't that then. You know what I mean? And his dad owns the TV store, right?
Yeah.
And so Neil used to live there. And I met Neil, and then, I don't know, you guys are friends because he moved. He moved to Shorehurst or whatever the drive you lived on. Yeah.
Oh, Seahurst, man.
Seahurst, yeah. That's right. Remember, Neil lived, you remember that?
The good old days.
With George, you guys all lived in the same, Courtney, all lived in the same neighborhood.
Yep.
Anyway, you knew Neil from that, but then we both played basketball.
Sure.
And I don't know what happened. It was like, no, he was like, oh, I had this friend, and his name's Dana. I was like, oh, cool. And then I met you, and then I don't know. I asked to borrow a video game, and I was like, hey, you like video games? And you're like, yeah, I play video games. I'm like, all right, what do you play? And then I remember, I just remember this. This is what I remember. All right, come on now. It was sixth grade.
Yeah.
All right, and you let me borrow the video game, and then we just, for some reason, just became friends.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was kind of weird because, like, I don't really know you up until I just asked to borrow your video game, and then I just don't remember how boom, we're just friends.
I mean, that's how it happens when you're kids, you know.
I guess no, that's true too.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I can remember about being young and hanging out was, for an abnormally tall fellow, you were a decent skateboarder.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
You could do everything the other guys were doing, pretty much. Here's what I was gonna ask you. Did you have that kind of complex where just because you're big that you wanted to be able to do things that the little guys can do?
I think it was more like just to fit in. I was like, well, man, everyone else is skateboarding. I think
But damn, I mean, you normally don't see guys that tall being able to maneuver like that.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk, right? There's one.
I don't know.
Right. There's
Yeah.
one. And I just thought it was pretty cool because you could do the board slides, the kick flips, and I was sitting there like almost just tagging along, right? And your brother, I was hanging out. We were wrestling on the trampoline all the time and shit. And I remember it was like, damn, Dana's doing all these backflips and shit. And I was like, I don't even know if I can do those things. And then we were doing them off the roof and shit like that.
Yeah.
And that shit was crazy. Anyway, that's how we know each other, right? And then, growing up, okay, friends, neighborhood friends, not really, but I could ride my bike to your house. It was a long way, but I got there.
Yeah.
And then Kizzle over here, how do we know each other?
Wrestling.
And you know D-Rock Chopra over here too, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then Max.
I think it's safe to say we all know each other.
We all know each other from school.
I'm gonna assume in this situation.
Thank you, Max.
It's okay. You can tap on the mic whenever you'd like to get on there. That's all right. And then, okay, so your story I find fascinating because out of high school, I mean, we're friends. We're all pretty much came from the same little, thing. We did a lot of the same things. We had a lot of the same values, but
True.
right. And looking over here, Shams Lewis had a job straight out of high school, was doing good.
Had a job in high school.
And then
We all had jobs, yeah?
I didn't,
Oh.
right? But you guys had like small jobs. It wasn't like you were being vested in yearly 2-3 years with the same company like Shams over here.
8.5 years.
8.5 years since 16, right?
Yeah.
So you're basically,
Still haven't called it sick.
yeah, basically just finding your way. Just finding your way, right? And out of high school, you got a job at Boeing.
Yeah.
One of the biggest international, national, whatever airplane plants. Right. That's what it is.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool at 18.
Right. And so
We all did.
right. Well, I mean, that
We were
was
18.
was that not
Who ruled
the
the fucking world?
was that not the pinnacle though? I mean, even if you're 18 years old, like you always look, oh, my uncle works at Boeing or my dad works at Boeing. Like that's the job I think everybody wants in this
Everyone
town.
works at all here.
Right.
Yeah.
But they lay off a lot of people though.
That makes me scared though, because I know most of those people just do drugs.
Right.
Somebody's gonna have to fly in the plane.
Right.
That's just that one day where you're like, you know what, fuck it.
No,
It's kind of
dude,
loose, but I'm just gonna leave it be.
You check and recheck every job so much that I'm not worried ever like that.
Well, the dudes in Everett built these planes.
People full of effort put these together. Not like regular people. I mean, like people that live, like grew up in Everett. They went to work at Boeing. And they were like, we can build planes.
Okay, well, how about this? Yes or no? You told me many times that the people that were your superiors were half as intelligent as you.
You talking to me?
Mhm.
I mean, yeah.
You talking to the mic? Come on here. Oh, Champs. All right.
If there's chance, I like it.
I just hated Boeing personally.
Okay.
I think they're just all the same, you know?
Well,
Got the job,
because
do their time and leave.
right. I guess that's kind of what what we've now installed as the American dream, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You do your time and you leave.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I felt like prison kind of. Yeah.
well, I mean, like I said, I guess it wouldn't feel all that good having to work under someone who could have been either negative or just every day just don't care about their job, but they can't get fired. I mean, it's a union, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can't get fired.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you can get fired, but yeah.
but I mean, unless they catch you doing something wrong or whatever.
Yeah, that's the definition.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
That's kind of how the situation works.
Well, but otherwise, I mean, that dude's just chilling there, and he's gonna be getting more credit than you, making more money than you, doing half the work you're doing.
But he put in the time.
But he put in the time.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but what do we value?
Right.
What do
That's
we
it.
value in America? Go ahead.
No.
Say
we
right,
were
right.
talking about-
Agree with it.
We were talking about unions and superiority and shit, not what we value in America.
Well, but that's the thing. I mean, we value unions, right? Right.
Yeah.
But when you get down to it, a lot of the time, the higher end union people agree, maybe disagree, maybe, but they don't do half the work that the kid who just got into that, who's busting his ass, who's trying to step up to that next spot, he's doing all the work. I mean,
but in I have to say, in a lot of situations, most people did the work too. Everybody starts off at the bottom.
But does that mean
That's what's cool about getting old. And you know what I mean?
That's
Knowing your
true.
stuff.
You've earned like
Right.
a level of achievement.
People with 30 years, you know, it's like,
I've been here for 30 years.
Yeah.
well, no,
kiss my ass.
that's true. That's true. But what I'm saying is, it might be hard for someone who's trying to work up, but
I personally
Can't-
didn't care. That didn't matter to me at all.
but it might have
You gotta earn
spawned.
your stripes. You gotta earn your stripes.
It's kind of like, I'm not going to tell some guy that's been here for 30 years how to do their job.
Exactly.
Well, you don't tell them how to do it. You're just upset that the people don't recognize you for doing the job you do.
They do. They give you a paycheck every
They
week.
give you a paycheck, right? But you could be getting a paycheck of the guy who's above you because you've been doing twice the work.
I mean, yeah, and that's
Maybe. He knows more. He's more valuable.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you know, in a non-union
The-
situation,
The thing is, that situation is being created by cutting back employment, which is leading to the point of so many homeless people.
well,
You cut back employment, and you force fewer employees to do more work so that you can make more money.
well, think about this too. Like, let's
And so-
use the example that we were just using. Who's getting cut when you're cutting a job at that place?
at least you.
It's you who's busting your ass, right?
No,
I never got laid off.
they're cutting
Not you,
they're cutting the
but-
jobs of the people that, you know, like they can be like, well, this guy can do that job also. Like if he's already here, he can handle that as well. So they cut that extra position out, and then they make that guy now do that job too.
Yeah, but most of the time, the 42-year-old person's going to be the one.
Yeah, a
staying.
lot of old people get fucking cut.
So what I'm trying to get at is, if we're trying to build these planes so great, but we know that it's kind of corrupt on the inside as far as the people who's, you know, that should be doing the best work. They've worked their way up 30 years, right? You would rely on them as if you would rely on Mayweather to win every fight. You know,
I mean,
he's
he just kinda does
30-0, right, or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
I bet a lot of them do though. I bet a lot of those old timers know their stuff.
You're probably right. A lot of those guys do, but I do hear all too often that this guy's not doing his job, or man, it sucks because
Always gonna have
fucking
Yeah,
Hefe.
that's everywhere.
That's everywhere, right? But you should also, you know, that might be where I'm kind of going, is that,
Yeah, what are you trying to get at?
well, that's what I'm going. Is like,
As an employee in America, I think you either quit a good employee or you work long enough to not give a shit.
Yeah, I think I follow what he's saying. Yeah.
what I'm saying is union good?
Oh, I can't stand unions.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you didn't have a unit that work and you just promoted the people who you saw busting their ass, and anybody could be cut at any time, so it keeps your involvement high. You know, it keeps your production high. Do you not think that that's better for?
I think the unions used to be good. Their original idea and what they were out to do was good. But
Well,
now I think they just negotiate people's rights.
yeah,
And
well,
so that they can get paid. It's
now-
not so that the employees can benefit. They're coming to an agreement so that they get paid.
well, that, and now I have a family, so It's like, you know, if once you're in the union, is that what I was?
No, I had one. I was like, no.
No, you lost it.
Yeah.
Well, now that I have a family, it's like now if I was working and I was that 42-year-old dude, like I'm getting protected a lot because of being in the union, which is nice, but it doesn't necessarily reward me for work that I've done. It just rewards me for the time spent, which is great, and
Well,
I will appreciate that. But
Yeah.
it might be harsh, but I believe the job should go to the person that's working the hardest.
right,
It shouldn't go
I
to the-
feel that way
It
too.
shouldn't go to the person just because they've been there for 30 years. Yeah, you deserve respect for what you've done, but if you're doing less work than other people, then you should get out of
It's
the way.
almost go ahead.
That's true.
It's almost like you can't lose. You know, it's like you can't lose respect too. It's like just because you gain it doesn't mean you can't lose it.
But here's the problem. The whole thing is we ought to be freaking talking more about how do you get Americans, which is supposed to be this free thinking, wonderful country, not into a mode of just you're either employed
Absentee.
or unemployed. Absentee person. Any absentee person can be employed. The same exact person can be unemployed for the trick of the trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we should be thinking about how to make Americans real freaking people rather than employees.
Right.
So that there's not an employment issue.
Well,
like you find your own way. Like
well,
the rule ought to be.
so? Isn't that what they want? Isn't that what they're trying to do when they're trying to tell you like go to college?
No, but the thing is most college graduates, they don't find a job in the field that they graduated in.
Well,
It's
you
just
know why?
because
It's probably. I'm not saying this is true, but they don't find a job in the field they go for because they don't go for the field in college that they really want. They go for the field that they feel like might set them up financially. It might give them that job that works
there's just
10 hours a day. You
there's
know,
not enough available positions.
Yeah, here's the problem is college now, like you're trying to say, is the reason people go to college now is it's a glorified technical school pretty much. You go to find a job, like you guys just said. The secondary education ought to be about education and just raising your ability of thinking and learning, right? Thought process.
But now it's just designed for getting employment.
Now you're just getting fancy employees now.
And most people they lose interest because they're
well, that's why I'm saying they lose interest.
Doing something for the money, not for
any
the
passion.
cause.
That's why people check out.
Right. Okay. So let's span off that argument. Passion. Passion. Right. So what happened with you and Bowen? And why?
I couldn't see myself doing the same thing for 30 years, day in and day out.
Okay.
I thought that too.
And it's just,
Well, what about now? I mean, you had a Beamer, right?
yeah, the BMW.
Brand new, right?
Yeah.
Or pretty much brand new. I mean, did you buy it brand new or did you buy it used?
Brand new and pretty much brand new are different.
I guess
Putting that out
Yeah,
there.
it was a 2009.
Okay, so what time was that?
That was 07.
This was about 2008,
2010.
2009.
It was like 2010, I think. So,
Yeah. So damn, I mean, so you had a new car,
Yeah.
right? You had a good job. You were there what 3, 4, 5 years now?
I was at like 3-4 years. Yeah.
3, 4 years. So that's definitely one.
When I got the car, I got total 5 years there.
So total of 5 years. So if you're at 5 years at one of the greatest establishments in this area, you don't leave that job, right? I mean, am I right?
You had to play it safe.
Right, to play it safe, right? But you didn't want to do that.
Most people wouldn't leave that job, but however, you should still do what you want.
I would have killed myself. I feel like it was horrible.
So what'd you do?
Couldn't do it.
What'd you do?
I sold my car, all my things, and moved to Australia.
And moved to Australia.
Yeah.
Why Australia? Okay.
Everything there's out to kill you.
I heard that there's spiders in the water that one bite your dad.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the pools, like the child's pool in the backyard.
Yeah, the toilet, Outbacks were.
You just say it.
Yeah, what did you
Toilet.
There's a spider that travels through the
I mean,
The sewer system in Australia?
Yeah, they've come out the toilet before and stuff like that.
We're talking about a poisonous bite on my anus.
Oh yeah,
It's real.
it's real.
And it will kill you.
I would be floating above every toilet,
I mean,
6 feet easy.
you know, you like look at it and you're all right. It's cool.
Well, but what if, I mean, come on, I'm usually there for about a good 20 minutes sometimes, okay? What the fuck happens in that 20 minutes?
I'm Ray Allen.
I don't know, man. I'm in and out.
Day.
I'm in and out.
This is
You don't-
fuck.
You don't
Yeah.
rest on the toilet. No.
What?
You poop and go.
No,
It's not like that.
I'm not a
To be honest
dog.
with you, I didn't see
Okay.
anything really poisonous when I was there the whole year.
you were there a year.
Yeah,
Didn't
just
see
like
anything.
10 months.
No snakes.
I mean, I saw it when I went out deep. You know, the
Yeah.
Outback's where it's all at.
You were always going
But like
deep.
when you're like in Sydney or
You're going real
Melbourne
deep.
or whatever, I didn't see shit.
Well, that's like the major area, right?
Yeah,
Sydney's like
They probably got like some spider like filters in the piping. In
I don't
Sydney.
know.
You know what I mean? Probably got those in Sydney, right?
Uh,
We need to block the spiders off. And no rat tattoos getting down through these tunnels.
I
I'm
mean,
not
there
going out
wasn't
deep.
too much talk about it either. It's kind of like,
Well, okay, so what were
Anyways.
you doing? And I mean, okay, hold on. Didn't you take a girl?
yeah, my ex-girlfriend, yeah.
Wow. Bold move, Cotton.
Learning lesson.
A learning lesson,
Let's see how
huh?
it plays out.
So how much time did you spend on the island before that was over?
Oh, I was with her for like 3 months once we landed.
So
We landed 3 months
once
out.
we landed, it was like,
I was over it as soon as we got off the plane, pretty much, and I was like,
why was that?
Because he saw Australian women.
yeah, I just got
He was
there.
in
and I was
Australia.
like,
Really?
what was I
He was
doing?
on the beach in Australia. It was like, well,
What's different about Australian girls
I mean, it's not even Australian girls. There's girls from all over the country.
in Australia?
Everyone's traveling from all over the world here. You know, it's not like America. They're just like,
they're just better.
no one comes to America like that.
So you mean that whilst you were in Australia, there was a ton of other tourist types like you
Yeah, there's a bunch of people doing working holiday schemes.
working holiday schemes?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
like just you work and stay there and whatnot, everything like that.
So were you on a program? Like,
No,
did you like
I just-
sign up to do something,
I got
or
my visa and I came over.
so there was no like sign up process, like you weren't going as a group, like
Oh no,
with a group of people,
no, I just went.
intention. You know, like sometimes celebrities will go over like together as kind of a tour.
Yeah, no, I didn't really plan much. I just went with it. Just kind of was like, I'm gonna go do this.
So one day you're
No,
sitting
I
with
mean-
your hold on, you're sitting with your girlfriend, driving your Beamer, working at your 5-year job, making probably 15, 16 bucks an hour. Good live,
Yeah.
20 something. Sure, I don't care what it is. I mean, I was just saying. And you're driving and you realize, I'm gonna sell this. I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna move to Australia with you. Then I'm gonna break up with you. That was like, did that go through your head like that?
Nothing like that. at
So
all.
why the fuck? I mean, why was Australia the one you chose?
Because I wanted to be completely away from home, like so I couldn't come back home if I got, things got tough. I wanted to be stuck there, so I can make my way through it.
Really?
So like if I was in Colorado somewhere, I'm like, hey mom, shit's not going well. There, it's like, hey, I'm in Australia.
Did you do something like that because you got a pretty good stable home life?
Yeah.
Did that make any decision? Did that help any decision, like knowing that you could go so far away because you could always, everything, if shit got real, you would be able to come home, like, and just restart.
I mean, yeah, I could. Yeah.
That's pretty cool,
I dream of that feeling. Like I have dreams of that feeling.
Yeah. Well, that was never my intention though.
To come home, right? I mean, no.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't, but I'm sure. You're a smart guy. Probably went through the back of your head, like, I might fail.
No,
Never.
I wasn't gonna fail.
Well, okay, so what was the purpose of Australia? Just to be there? Did you have a goal? Did you want to work? Did you want to get into business or?
I suffer wanderlust, dude. Like I literally want to see everything and anything. I just don't like being in the same spot. I've decided, like, and I haven't been in the last 3 years.
Okay, so we're in Australia. What'd you see?
A lot of beaches, dude. It's just way.
Well, isn't the whole island a beach? It's all surrounded by
massive.
water, so it's not like you're in
I hope you don't
you're-
think of it as an island. It's really big.
No, it's big, right? I know it's big, but
Okay.
to the edges is all water.
It's a country, It's not an island.
I heard an island.
It's an island, bro.
It's a
It's a
continent,
big
like it's
island.
a chunk of earth that stands on its
It's
own.
a really big island. Is what it is.
If you're talking about big islands, then I guess they're all kind of really big islands.
Okay,
Would
thank
be.
you. Hey, the definition of an island is probably a body of land surrounded by water.
The planet is
Okay.
a body of water.
Hey, the whole world's an island. All right, all right. You're on my island.
It's an island in space.
You know, Revis has his
Yeah.
own island. I got my
Let's get deep in the stars.
own. Okay.
Anyway,
So you're in Australia. So you're in Australia.
Yeah.
and
What was the first thing you did?
went through customs, stepped outside. And
How was that? How was customs going out of America and coming in?
It was really smooth. I've actually never had any problems going through the airport.
Really?
There we
Never.
got busted with cocaine up there.
You're not the guy they stop because this long hair.
You know,
bro.
I feel bad for everyone that does, but I never have had a problem. And I've flown a lot, you know.
The dogs eyeballing you and shit.
Is there dogs at the customs?
There's a beagle in Tasmania, I remember. Beagle
You went to
dogs.
Tasmania?
Yeah.
Where the fuck's Tasmania?
So it's a little island off the coast.
It's an
east
island.
Coast.
Okay.
A little piece there.
Off of
little
Australia?
Yeah. So,
Oh, it's off of Australia.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in-
devil.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of them.
What?
Those things
What do
are
they
evil.
look like?
Just a little like a Tasmanian devil.
I know,
Tasmanian
but I mean,
devil.
they like, do they get all go?
Do they
They
pull
spin
out?
in
'cause they-
circles and
they-
shit.
they- Eight of them.
What?
The mothers give birth to like 8 at a time, and they only have like 4 teats or whatever, so they just
Oh.
get mad vicious.
What?
Yeah.
Fighting for
That's
So
food.
what
just
it
fight
is,
for
huh?
the mouth all the time. So
That's
like half,
fucked up.
you know, a third of them die every time. I don't know.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so the,
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
what really bothered me about Tasmania is the inbred. There are inbreds everywhere. Like you see it, and you're like, oh.
You mean like people?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, because it's like there's only like 500,000 people on the island, you know.
In Tasmania?
Yeah, or Tasmania.
So
whatever.
they just have sex with their sister?
What's that?
They just inbreed?
Yeah, there's a
They
yeah.
just
Everyone
have
had
sex with their
thousands.
sister?
yeah. I met a guy. He's like, oh, you know, he has like 25 cousins or something. It's like weird.
And he was
He-
cool with it? He didn't ever want to step off the island?
That's what you
I don't know.
You didn't catch, I mean,
Didn't
how
really
long
hang
were you
out.
there?
I was there
That's just what you
4 or
learn.
5 months. Yeah,
You went to Tasmania for 4 or 5 months.
yeah. Lived in Hobart.
Holy shit.
Why? Why
This
did you
wasn't like
stay?
a trip. This was like I moved to Tasmania.
Why did you stay?
I don't
I
know. I
had
don't
a
really
holiday.
reckon. Why did I stay there?
Yeah, why in Tasmania? I mean, you
Oh,
are
I got a
in
good job.
Australia,
I got a good job on the waterfront at this fine dining restaurant
in Tasmania.
in the quarry. Yeah,
Named the quarry. Was it built out of the bedrock of the fucking hill? Shit.
it was
That
right on
would-
the water, and I
that
got
would be
paid
the
like
coolest.
$25 an hour.
Whoa.
In Australian money, what's that to our money?
It's like 1.4.
What?
Like one. It's like
$1.4.
Oh, it's a dollar.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So $1 there is $1.5 of like what would be our money.
Yeah.
So 20 is
50.
really like 35.
Yeah.
$35 an hour.
Yeah, but everything's way more expensive there. Like
Oh, it's expensive as
Way
fuck to
more.
live.
like a 24 pack of beer is like $45. You know
Here's a little fun fact.
what's that?
The people in Australia, it would be cheaper for them to fly here and purchase a copy of Adobe Reader than it would be for them to purchase it online in Australia.
You know what I mean? So the plane ticket and shit would be still cheaper
The
than
plane ticket would
Round
be
trip?
cheaper. Yeah,
Wow.
Adobe Reader is no joke.
So
How much does it
Ridiculously
cost?
expensive. It's ridiculously
so
expensive.
let me ask you a
Totally.
question. Is there slums in Australia?
No. Not
No.
really, dude. I was walking down Sydney, which is the size of New York almost, you know, and like there's not many homeless people there. That's what you're asking me.
I am, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
None of them,
They
really.
also
Like
have their
they're
own, like,
everywhere, you know, in Oregon, whatever, Seattle.
they have like their own classification of like black people that they don't like. They have an equivalent. I can't remember what
Me
they
too.
call. I can't remember what they call them, but they have like an
Just joking.
equivalent.
Aborigine.
Yeah, they're like Aboriginals, but they
The Aborigines, yeah.
yeah, they're like people are racist.
Yeah, actually, there's a place called Fraser Island, and went 4x4 on it, and you can stay at this camp with the Aborigines there, and that's like where dingoes are indigenous.
What the fuck? A dingo, the animal.
The dingo ate my baby.
Indigenous.
They're like, that's where they're at.
They're just there.
That's where they live.
That's where they're all over there. I don't know.
They're
Like a kangaroo.
Domesticated.
No, they're domesticated.
No.
No, they're not.
Feral.
No.
They're feral.
No, I know, but I mean, they're
Beast.
nice to humans. Like they come up to you and they're like your pet.
Well,
Okay, let's go. Let's hear it.
I mean, they killed the pack leader there, whatever, and like
The dingoes.
the dingoes, the alpha,
I thought you meant humans.
and we're all drinking and cooking. They're all like surrounding us and watching us eat and everything. It was cool.
Are you outside right now? Describe the scenery. Like.
Oh yeah, I'm just off the
Like a
beach.
picnic?
I'm just off the beach and these like little bungalows and stuff. And
So there's no walls on these places.
no, we're outside. We're just like around a campfire.
Outside?
Yeah, but we're in packs, so they're not going to come at us. But
Okay.
they're just watching us, and it was really cool. And they told us don't go to the beach or anything, you know. And this guy got
They
wasted.
told you that, so you went to the beach. That's the first thing you did.
Well, anyway.
So the story started. I'm on the beach.
So this
Like,
British,
so you were told not to go to the beach, but you went anyway. That's
Anyways.
dangerous. Okay. He
Anyways.
told you that was dangerous. This story. He told you this story was going to happen. Go ahead.
all right. Anyways, this British dude got real drunk and went out to the beach and passed out in the sand, and they were just ripping up his arm.
What?
Yeah, just ripping up his arm. Next thing you know, you hear this guy screaming, "Oh my god!" You know, like his arms was dangling, blood everywhere. Traumatizing.
The fuck?
Yeah,
That would be cool.
wish I had more to it, but yeah,
No, that's no. You got me there. You got me there.
yeah.
I mean, I want
You
more.
cut me off. It was supposed to be quick, you know.
No, that was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really drug the story out a little bit. But now you did.
No, I
That made
did.
the story
Hey, I got the
Punchline, like the build up was not working.
No, no, no.
Arm.
I was secondarily building it up. All right, that's my job here. That's what I got to do.
And
So
the triple build
dingoes.
up.
So that is crazy. That's a crazy story. What happened to that guy?
Oh,
Did you instantly rush him to like the hospital, or you just watch him
no
die?
hospital there.
So what happened to this
I
guy?
had to contain him and wait till morning. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't really get into it. It's not like I was like, oh man, let's go check the guy
Yeah,
out.
you're not a fucking paramedic.
Actually, I
or
mean,
anything.
maybe I would have. But
What the fuck? You just watched him?
They
well, I
probably
just watched him like swinging his arm,
They
like,
probably just
screaming and hollering, and like just killed everyone's drunk.
They just
Yeah,
put a
you
tourniquet on him. Probably flew him off the island in the morning.
Oh my god!
hospital.
I cannot believe that.
Gave him some painkiller.
That kind of pain to just be that
And
guy,
to be coming
right?
down after drunk.
I mean, he was lit.
blacked out,
He was
probably.
lit. And it looked like he was not on his arm for a little bit before he woke up.
Oh god!
Which is crazy to me. One bite of it, what the fuck, you know?
Now you're blacked out drunk.
All right,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have a tiny intermission. Someone needs to pull out some music and play it real quick. I gotta link a couple people in. It didn't work at the beginning, so let's take a little drinking intermission. Okay, play some music on the mic here. Turn anything on. Right
I mean,
now.
I'm not going to.
Not you. Homie over there.
God damn.
Chad
saw
Lewis. Let's all take some drinks real quick while he gets on here.
I've been drinking.
You've been drinking.
Time for me to go.
Oh, okay. Kids was gonna make his exit. He's married. He's married. It's
He's got
okay.
the old ball and chain.
We're not
these
gonna
days.
hurt him. We're not gonna hurt him real quick.
How do I get out of here? Do I like his house?
Oh, hey, he probably should go. Hold on.
No.
Do that, Max.
Hey, see you later, man. Take it easy. Knock out a few before you go.
Nope. Can't do it slow.
Yeah, boy. Just getting it in.
Get lit.
Is it playing? don't have the post on it. The linky. Matt.
I heard you. I'm gonna link 2 people in here real quick.
Came out of nowhere.
We're about to get back on. We're about to get back on.
Hey, how do I get out of here?
Cole, open the thing.
You can argue the wrong block or play for the guy. Cool.
Yeah.
You got power lifts.
Yeah.
Open that shit. He's gonna break it. He's gonna break it.
Well, unlock it.
Some of
Right here,
no, it's
dog.
the
The
centerpiece.
center one.
Turn that bitch.
All right.
There we go.
Not classy enough for you, bud? Fuck.
Lift more
I
on your
know
left.
it's jammed on something here. Hold up, I got you. It can go bad.
It could go bad.
Let's just see
Look,
it
the
going bad.
top one right there is not even on.
Yeah, that shit's not even connected.
That's not bad. Let me see the
Yes.
What more?
There you go, sweetie.
All right, we got. All right, we're in here. All right, all right. All right, we got the Shams cast rolling in here again. Yeah. All right, let's not cycle through songs on the podcast, please. All right. So for those of you just joining in, because I just linked you in, okay? It's a couple people. No joke. We were just in Australia where some dude got his arm bit off by a dingo. And, you know, if you want to freaking listen to that story, please rewind. It's an option. Anyway, we're in Australia. Okay, let's pick back up real quick. Still can't believe that the dude with the dingo arm doesn't get immediate attention. Okay? Somehow he ends up just, my arm is bit off. I'm in the corner of the room now.
I mean, it's just, you know, just some chunks.
I'm just saying he probably has a weak left hook now.
He's probably got no left hook. Anyway, that's when you were in Tasmania.
No,
No.
I was just.
All
I
right,
was
let's
on,
all
I
take
was
a
on
drink of the Shams real quick.
Fraser Island.
Where's Fraser Island?
Off the East Coast.
Where's Tasmania?
South East Coast, near Antarctica.
So it's kind of close to each other?
No. Not really.
East and southeast.
I mean,
no,
they're reasonable.
Okay. Okay. So that was one story. Tell me, so your girlfriend that was there with you, you just sent her home? Like, that's what happened? Like,
No.
what happened?
No, I was just like, I can't do this.
Did she stick around for a while?
I mean, we have backpacks. It's not really hard. Just like, I'll see you there.
Really?
That's what I
But
did.
she's a girl. I mean, you think she can handle herself?
There's so many girls by themselves doing it there.
Really?
Absolutely. It's
Is
not like
this-
it's America, dude, where people are fucking. No.
What are people doing in America?
I don't know.
Do you think people are just...
I don't think there should be any fear, really.
Well, I guess the fear comes from the movies like Hostel. I don't know if you've seen it, but here I am backpacking in fucking Amsterdam or some
And then all
bullshit.
of a sudden you're getting cut to pieces.
I mean,
Cut in half, you
it's a
know,
movie.
but it's not like that. You're telling me.
I'm not worried. I shouldn't
Well,
think that you shouldn't think
you're a
that way. At least.
reasonably big guy. Okay, so
I've
so
seen you strike a few people.
you know what I mean.
Maybe.
Seen you knocked out like 3
I mean, I
dudes
guess
one
it's,
time.
I guess
Okay.
it's been easier being big, but
Okay, so you're fine, but not only that, you probably have a crew. So what happens? So you step off the plane and you're at a bar and you meet people, or where'd you stay?
hostels.
Hostel. So
Yeah,
like the movie. All right, great.
right?
That's a great first start, I
Yeah,
guess.
definitely,
Okay.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, you stay at hostels.
So hostels,
And
who's
you get like room. You get bunked up from anywhere from 4 to I don't know 16 people.
and these are the people that you hung out with?
I mean, I met people just along the way, a bunch of different people.
But the
All of them.
hostel kids, like they weren't.
Yeah, I met them always at the cool, like these hostels that weren't like advertised or anything.
I don't want to call them kids though. I feel like it's people.
Yeah, are they people or are they like children?
People.
Did I say kids?
You said kids.
No, you said kids.
I said kids.
You said kids.
Oh, I said kids.
Anyways,
Anyways,
yeah.
so these weren't the people you were hanging out with.
I was hanging out with a bunch of people. It's constantly traveling.
No, I know, but I mean, how long were you
I
in
think what
one
he's saying
place?
is he didn't have a consistent.
Oh no, I
group
was
of
always moving.
people.
You were always moving. How often?
He was just chilling.
Every day, every week,
Depends.
every month.
Like every couple days I was, and then I'd go a couple months with working in one spot and pick up again.
I think you're looking for a pattern, but there isn't one.
I'm not looking
Wait,
for a pattern. No,
wait.
I just want to know, like, what type of people are you hanging out with? Are you like, because I know here, like, we'll get to that story, but you picked up a guy that you hung out with in Alaska.
But yeah, my buddy Craig, yeah, my best friend Craig. Yeah.
And Tucker, right?
No, I met him up there.
You met him in Alaska, but he tagged along with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
but
how
that's
it
what I'm
was.
saying. Is that
Oh,
what
I-
happened in Australia? Did
Yeah.
you pick up people along the way where it was like, okay, we were once two?
Oh yeah, dude, I used to know this guy named Tristan from Wales. Just went, all over.
Where'd you go?
We ended up in Noosa.
What is that?
It's this town just off the coast. It's off the coast, just off of Brisbane.
So how
North.
far away from Sydney is that? Because Sydney, everybody responds with Sydney. How far away is it?
Say 17 hours north.
How did you get there? Bus, train,
The
bicycle?
horrible train that I couldn't fall asleep in. 14 hours.
14 hours?
I just
That
couldn't
doesn't
fall
seem
asleep.
that bad. Going to
That seems
Sydney.
terrible.
No,
It was horrible, and I'm too big for the seats. Just trying to sleep.
Did you share it with Tristan?
What?
Did you share the seat with your homie?
Oh, it was just a bunch of room where you could try to lay it out and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, I've been on a 22-hour train ride to San Diego, and I mean, I couldn't sleep, but didn't.
It was rough.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. It was rough.
Are you guys? Is there like a lot of scenery on the
Oh,
train
yeah.
ride?
Oh my god, so different.
Is it coast? Like all coast?
I mean, majority was. It was just amazing 5-star beaches all the way. But yeah, Noosa was surrounded by 3 beaches actually.
Mm-hmm.
Sunshine, and then there was a nudist beach, and then there was a beach on the waterfront where
Were you
restaurants.
nude at the nudist beach?
Yeah, I went nude. It was
Yeah.
cool.
I'm,
Yeah.
so
With
what
a
are
bunch of
these?
people, with a bunch of from the hostel and whatnot.
Everybody just gets nude.
I mean, it's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the lifers that live in Australia? Do those people look at you guys like? Do those people like look at it like? Or do you think that maybe they were once tourists that decided, hey, this is a cool place, I'm gonna stick around? Or
I mean, I don't know. Majority, like 20% of Australians aren't even in Australia. Australians are travelers, so they get it.
so that's just what okay.
Yeah.
So if you're born on the rock, the island, the rock,
Right.
then you
What's on there?
wanted to explore everywhere else because you're in just this. I mean, it's a continent, but still, it's a lot smaller than North
No.
America,
I
South
think they still-
America.
I think
It's
they
big,
still-
dude. I don't think you realize how big it is.
I think
I
they
mean,
still have that mindset of like migrating.
Yeah.
In America, we're very set on finding a place and like hunkering down for life. And I
Is
think
that an American thing?
that's an American thing, really, though.
I think so.
Is that the politics that we're almost forced into living
It's
here?
like I think that society creates this view that if you don't sit on as much as you can and keep it, then you're not going to be viewed as successful. And people,
What's successful?
I guess that's true. I mean, success.
but I
is-
mean, the values we teach our kids today is successful is you're measured by how much money you're going to
Right.
make at the end.
the house you have, the car you have, the
not important.
Right. Not
It's not,
important.
but in America, we make people
Right.
believe that it is.
So am I wrong for believing it might be important, or am I just being
No.
am I just being like led?
I think what is right is doing what you think is important.
Exactly.
If you want to do
I mean,
that,
if it makes you happy to have a nice home to go to and a nice car, like that's fine.
but you shouldn't
Majority do.
tell other people that that's what they should be going for.
Well, yeah, and I never do, which is great. But so we're in a Mensa. Noosa.
Yeah, yeah.
Noosa would do. And how far into your Australian trip is this? Couple months?
I'd say 4 months in. Full time.
So after you broke up with the girlfriend,
yeah.
now you're rolling with this guy?
Yeah, then I met up with Natalie, catches from high school.
Really?
Yeah.
In Australia.
In Australia?
Yeah, it was kind of random.
But she was just visiting
That's
there,
crazy.
right?
No, she was living there too.
What? Really?
Yeah, so I just
You just ran into her, or
Dark-haired Natalie?
we all know who's Natalie?
yeah, it's her. And she was she actually that's where I met her in Noosa and everything. That's why I was going there.
Why was she in Noosa? Like, of all places in the world.
She's got a really good friend. She lived in Tonga, and so she had a friend that was living in Australia, so just kind of went from there.
Okay,
This guy makes me want to do it.
I know,
I
right?
just want to pick up and go.
Okay, so you're in.
No one stopped.
You're there. You're meeting a high school friend. How long do you hang out with her?
We ended up going to Thailand together, actually.
So you went to Thailand after how long? About 10 months, you said?
Oh no, I went to Thailand and came back to Australia.
Oh, okay. So you just visited Thailand.
Yeah, for about a month.
How far away is Thailand from?
So about 14 hour
14-hour flight.
Yeah.
And you got this money from a side job that you were working in Australia or Tasmania, or you just had leftover money from the original trip?
Just a mix of things. I saved up before I left,
Mm-hmm. And so why Thailand?
Why not? Dude?
Well, I know that, but I mean, was there a reason?
Oh,
I
she
mean,
was going there. She had a bunch of friends.
So you were like, oh, great, I'm down to go too.
I was just like, sounds like the most spontaneous thing I could do right now. Sounds good.
Let's do it.
So I bought a ticket that night.
So did you have a job?
No.
No, you didn't have a job at that point.
No.
So you were cool with, like, let's go. I'm not really staying at any place anyway, so
like,
I'm out.
Yeah.
How long was that? You decided, and then a week later you were gone? Or?
It took about 2 or 3 weeks after that.
2 or 3 weeks, and then you're gone.
Yeah, then I showed up there, met them. It was really cool.
And so what'd you do in Thailand? You were there for a month.
A party in Thailand.
That's what you did.
A lot of that.
So what do you mean?
Well,
party in Thailand? What is
There's
that?
just there's the half moon, the full moon parties they have there.
So they just party because the moon's
crabby.
half moon?
I'm just saying, there's just like that's just one of the parties. For example, they just always had it at PP Island. Have you ever seen The Beach with Leo?
Oh, I've seen that movie. What
Yeah,
what about it?
yeah, that's right where it was basically.
Oh, that's the shit.
Yeah, I took a booze cruise to there. But anyways, yeah, there's
Booze cruise. Listen to what he said. Booze cruise.
Yeah, there's no cutoff.
And at this point, you're still not nervous about being a new dude in a new country.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Not from any of the locals trying to steal your money or anything like that.
No.
Not at all.
Just not really stressed about it.
What were people like? The
gracious, nice.
Gracious?
I saw kids that had nothing that were happy than the kids in America. Just everyone. It's cool. Everyone's happy. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, that sounds cool.
I feel like the ideas coming out of your head is a lot of the misconception.
It's not my ideas. I'm just playing devil's advocate and saying, like, this is what people think.
But I feel like these questions arise in you because what you've seen about the world.
Think,
what you've seen
about
the world is what you've been shown.
No, well, I'm just trying to regurgitate the natural view of it.
Yeah. Do you watch the news a lot?
No, I don't. But I'm just saying I know what's out there. You know what I mean? Well, Thailand, isn't that like, it's Thailand, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that like one of the places where mail order brides are pretty plentiful?
Yeah, and the lady boys and shit like that.
Lady boys.
Yeah.
Chicks with dicks.
Chicks with dicks. Man.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Do you ever run into one of those?
I just got a lot of taxi drivers asking me if I wanted that. I was like, what? No, I just want you to take me here,
Oh my god.
But I did witness a pong show, which was interesting.
What?
Yeah.
So little known fact, pretty interested in ping pong. Ping pong is what you're talking about, right?
No.
No, what the fuck are you talking about?
Just where like women
No.
shoot it out there.
What?
Yeah, they're scrumdiddlyumptious, you know.
The scrumdiddlyumptious. Oh,
The scrum.
the scrumdiddlyumptious. I should have guessed.
Well,
Yes.
she was really good at it too. These two drunk
So
Australians.
was it a distance contest?
Well, these two Australian guys were wasted, and they had, their mugs, and she literally lifted her right a little higher than the left and shot two into their beers, and they were so drunk they laughed and then drank it, and I was like, no, dude, really? And then I left.
So let me ask you a
I
question.
gotta go.
Let me ask you a question. There wasn't just drinking involved. Am I right?
I mean, I did a lot of rock climbing on Tonzai Bay, which is like world renowned.
What about the drug usage?
Oh, I didn't do drugs over there.
I heard that Thailand they're pretty popular with like party drugs. Like there's
Adderall
big
popular.
raves. There's big raves, and
I don't know about these ones. I know they sold whippets at the parties, which is weird.
they just sold it. Like, what's
You do
the
whippets.
type of criminalization like?
Like,
And
severe. Like, even if you got caught with marijuana or anything like that. And don't even waste your time buying the marijuana there. It's just or marijuana.
did you try?
Yeah, I slept with these guys on an island with
So
them.
you weren't worried about being detained and never?
Not on
reaching home?
the islands. Like if I was in Bangkok maybe or something, or Phuket.
So what's the difference? Just a major
There's
city.
just no cost. You're on an island, you know.
So it's just like us being in the fucking woods. You know, in somebody's property, like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, I was smoking bowls with this guy at his restaurant.
In his restaurant,
Yeah, at his table.
like at a table.
Yeah, and I was kind of like this, like, oh, I'm from, the West Coast. You don't know about us.
You don't
know about the weed game here. You know? And then
Is this like the
Washington.
how many
game.
people were with you at this point?
I don't know. I just met him.
Not just you though, right?
Yeah,
It was just you?
I kind of separated a lot.
Really?
Yeah, because they wanted to get their diving license, and I was just like,
You're not into the diving?
well, no, I did it. I just didn't want to pay for that. I'd rather wanted to party, I guess. I don't know.
Well, what does that mean? You wanted to party? You wanted to go
There's
out?
different islands. Like Koh Phi Phi is like just a massive place to party.
So what'd you do? I mean,
Well-
what are you doing? What you don't just okay? I'm partying.
Don't-
Here I am by myself. I'm partying.
I don't
Like,
know.
what do you do?
They sold these buckets, and they have Red Bull over there, but it's not the same Red Bull. It's like meth in a bottle. I found out.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
But they don't call it Red Bull.
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh, so it's.
They'll call it whatever they
But
want.
what the fuck does that mean? What? So you think it's a different chemical composition as the Red Bulls from?
I don't know. I woke up with a tattoo. You know?
What?
So like, yeah, I woke up with a tattoo.
Just drinking Red Bull?
The Red Bulls they had it. No, I got these buckets. They pour like a pint in.
Pint
And
of
then-
alcohol.
Yeah, booze, whatever. And then they like put a bunch of other shit in ice, and
A
then
bunch of other shit.
and then like the two Red Bulls. I just remember watching these two like Red Bulls. Like that big.
That's the last thing I remember.
Well, I just remember sipping on it, and then I was dancing at the beach, and
Then I had a tattoo.
then I
And
remember
then-
drinking a beer in this like light, and
That was after the ball was shot out of the lady's vagina in my beer. I drank it.
then yeah,
What?
Exactly
Where's
the
the
guy.
tattoo?
on my rib cage.
Let me see it. Let the world see it. And so you don't remember this at all.
Oh, I remember it, like for the most part, like kind of, just
Well-
really hazy. It's like where you wake up, you're like, oh,
No, I don't
did
know if
fucking
I
get a
had
tattoo?
that
No, well,
memory.
oh,
you know?
shit, it happens. So,
Yeah.
some people.
So you remember the paint? Was this a traditional like?
Yeah,
was
yeah.
This,
It was bamboo shoot. It was like just cranking it out on my. It's way more painful than the gun.
that's pretty cool to say that like when you're
Champs.
when you're older that you're gonna be able to look at that tattoo and just kind of remember that time in your life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I guess that's
I'm
what
gonna do that
tattoos
everywhere I
are
go.
for, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get one wherever I go. from now on.
What took you
I'm
so
kind of
long?
worried about the diseases though with tattoos.
I don't know. I kind of, was like oh man, if I get a tattoo, I better really like it and stuff. And I just kind of changed my mentality about it.
You plan on getting tatted up?
Yeah, not Not like head to toe, just.
You gonna link them at all?
I mean, I don't know. Just going with it. I don't really plan.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of how it sounds.
If you notice, I don't plan
Okay,
much.
so you spent
I feel it. I get it.
Right.
Matt struggle.
no, I'm not. Shut the fuck up. Like, no, I don't. Again, you know what playing devil's advocate is? Come on. Anyway,
I've seen the movie.
yeah, that ain't the same. So you're flying. You flew back to Australia,
From Australia, yeah, flew back.
girlfriendless. She's gone.
Yeah, I lived in Hawaii for about, well then.
Hold on. We're back in Australia for how long?
Oh, like 4 months after that.
4 months. What'd you do while you were there?
That's when I ended up going down the coast, and then I worked at this place called Zachary's for like a month, and then.
Are they into hiring Americans?
No, they were. It's kind of rough. I didn't really have a background then, like the best, like, cause I just quit Boeing, so.
Yeah, but I mean, it was 5 years. You're up in Australia. They don't hire someone who's been at a company 5 years.
What he's like, oh man, this guy built an airplane. Now he's gonna serve a table. It's like.
But did you have server
I lied on my
experience?
resume.
Oh, okay, but you got it, right?
Yeah, I just winged it. Just like I'll be able to do it. Way harder than I thought, but
What the fuck does that mean?
I just lied on my resume. I was like,
No, I mean, but what was the, just waiting on people?
oh, serving tables. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a lot.
just
There's a lot more.
serving, like you're taking the orders and
Yeah, serving.
you're running.
Yep.
That is a difficult job. I don't think it really is like.
Well, I thought it was easy at first, like that, and then you pick up little things you gotta learn. But anyways, yeah, I got fired from that one.
You got fired.
My
actually.
first serving job. So
Why did you get fired?
Just
Couldn't do the work, or
just like there's just little things you know as a server, and I just had no idea. So I had some guy teach me along the way for a month, but then he's like, "Hey man, you're not really." And I was like, "All right, that's fair." Then I moved to Tasmania, and then I got that real good job there.
Then you moved to Tasmania.
Yeah.
Like you moved, meaning I'm going to Tasmania today, and I'm gonna stay at these hostels.
Yeah, I just was like, I heard there's some really good hiking stuff out there, but I don't know.
There
It kind of took away from the experience. It didn't really get Australia. It was more.
You were in Tasmania
I was
most
in
of the time
Tasmania
because the job was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so from Tasmania, where'd you go?
Melbourne for like a month.
So back to Australia.
Well, it's lost all of Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I went back to Melbourne. Had some fun there.
What'd you do there?
A lot of hiking. A lot of.
What did they
Well,
have
I
to
didn't-
see? Is there any special stuff there?
It's not. I think the hiking's way more, pursuing the Pacific Northwest, but it's just a different.
So here's better.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm from here, but yeah, I liked it. But yeah, Melbourne Shuffle was really huge there.
Is that a festival?
Well, no, it's a type of music.
Oh, it's a music.
It's EDM music. Yeah, I didn't really know about it until I was there.
Hmm.
It was really cool.
So is this where
I
you
got
got
that.
into that music?
No, I was always into it. I just didn't know about that sort of genre. Like Melbourne
What's
Shuffle.
really different?
128 BPMs. It's
So
how you groove to it.
it's electric dance music talk.
Yeah,
You just hit me with right there?
Yeah, never mind.
You're
yeah.
killing me right now. You're
Yeah.
killing me right now.
Where's Wiz Khalifa?
Yeah. Anyway, so was
Yeah, I
there
feel it, dog.
was
Yeah,
there
yeah.
different
Different
drugs
people listen to different music.
there?
What's that?
Was there different drugs there?
They did a lot of speed there.
Wh-
I kind of skipped the whole drug thing there.
Really? So you were just, what were you doing as far as like any kind of drug usage? Nothing, just weed every now and then
When it's there,
when it was there.
and then I drank.
You drank a lot, obviously.
I drank.
So that was just what you do. Do you like drinking?
Oh, I love when I'm drunk.
Okay.
I think it's fun when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I don't like consistently do it all the time. But yeah. Yeah.
So okay. So you're in Melbourne. Where do you go from there? About a month. Is this your time
Oh
in
yeah.
Australia?
Then I was like, well, I'm gonna go see my family.
So you went back home.
Yeah, and I talked with my buddy Craig, and we were gonna drive up through the Alaska Highway all the way through Canada to Alaska towards the
So
tourist season there.
you were doing the what?
The tourist season there.
So what does that mean exactly?
There's a lot of people come up during the summer to experience Alaska, and I worked for this tourist town, serving tables out there again too.
So that was directly after Australia.
Well, no, I was in Hawaii for a month too.
Okay, so you went to Hawaii directly. So you went home.
Well, yeah, you can get a really cheap flight home that way because they have direct flights from Sydney or Melbourne and Sydney to Honolulu.
Okay, so you went to Hawaii directly from Australia.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm in Hawaii. I've never been here. Might as well
I
check
can
it
feel
out.
it. I can
So,
feel it.
so what'd you do in Hawaii? And how different was it in Hawaii than it was?
Well,
So
I
states.
just realized how many homeless people was in Hawaii. I was
There's
like,
a
holy
lot.
shit.
They have a huge homeless
It was just
problem.
really gross almost to me.
Gross meaning
Did my
you
mic
saw
cut out?
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Just dirty.
Am I not on mic?
No, you were good. You just need to get turned up a little bit.
You just turned me down.
I
For no
turned you
reason.
down a little bit because you're really loud.
I wasn't even talking.
Anyways.
So you're in Hawaii, and for 1 month.
Yeah.
So where'd you? There's not really hostels in Hawaii.
Oh, there is.
There is.
They're horrible.
Okay.
Any American hostels, do not go to American hostels. It's like older people that are just trying to make it,
Just so it's like trying to find the cheap way of.
Yeah, it's like a cheaper way of living. And
How much does a hostel cost?
well, anywhere from like $15 to $30, $35 a night.
Oh, a night.
Yeah.
What's your monthly on that? What is that?
They had monthly deals in like America. I saw for like 500, which is not that great.
Yeah, that's not that great. Really.
So I don't know, but yeah, there was just cockroaches everywhere in there, and I just didn't stay there much.
So where were you? So you were there for a month. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a month. So did you spend the whole month in the hostels, or?
No, I kind of just was on the beach every day, and I met people that were vacationing there, and they had money, so I just kind of, hey, what's up, and then went on adventures with them.
Yeah, but did you like crash with them or something?
Sure.
They like let you in their homes or wherever
Hotels,
they were
yeah.
at.
I always crash it somewhere else usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you meet any cool people there?
I met some pretty cool people.
Yeah.
I met cool people everywhere I went.
What kind of stories did you hear? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Come on.
Some stories I don't want to talk about.
From other people?
Oh, from them? I mean,
Tell me a story from you. It's a podcast.
I understand that.
Yes. What happened in Hawaii? Give me one.
No,
Give me a crazy story right now.
don't really have one.
You have one.
No.
Yes, I can see. What is it?
But I went home.
What
hung
happened
out
in
with my
Hawaii?
family. I'm not talking about Hawaii.
All right. Why? Was it a bad
He
thing?
asked me why I'm not talking about Hawaii. He's like, why?
Is it bad?
No, it's not. It's just,
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways,
It's
That's
personal.
for-
Let it go.
That's for the next podcast.
maybe.
All right. So you came home, you saw the family, right? And what happened then? That's when you decided you wanted to go through Canada.
Wait. What I want to know is, what was that feeling like being home? Like after going after going to Australia, after going to Thailand.
I just noticed nothing's changed. I just kind of felt stuck.
Really?
stuck.
Okay. I thought you were.
Felt stuck, and then like all the friends that I have when I was home weren't really there. I don't know. Everyone was kind of like, you left it, type of attitude, which kind of not what I was feeling. So I just kept on going.
So you wanted to continue the party. And everybody here, right? Because we just talked about how this shit goes down here. You want to just go to your job.
I just didn't really see myself staying. I actually couldn't. Oh, I worked for Rubentino's.
That's right. That's right.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
You
I was
were
the
the-
garbage man.
You were the garbage man. for a while.
Hardest job I ever had. Easily.
Wow, really?
Good money though, but yeah.
Well, see, are they union?
Yeah.
So there's union workers that work hard.
Well, you kind of have to because you get paid for like getting the job done, not the hours. So if you get it done in 6, you get paid for 8.
Really?
Yeah. So.
But you could go 10.
Yeah, no, there'd be people over helping you. Everyone gets done in about 8 hours, so it's not like you're getting overtime really. So
Right.
you're like, well, I want to get the fuck
It's
out of
almost
here.
like a salary job.
Like I'm gonna get the hell out of here, dude. But yeah,
So you did that for how long? How long were you home for?
3 months, and then I went.
3 months. That's a long time. I don't ever really remember you being home that long.
Yeah, it was 3 months.
Damn. All right. So you hooked back up with Craig. Oh no, that's right. You were home. That's right.
Yeah.
You hooked back up with Craig. I remember coming over there, and then we were talking about doing this podcast about 5 years ago. It feels like, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about doing this, and then okay, so who decides that you're going to Alaska?
We both. I actually was in Australia talking to him about it.
So you were already talking to him about Alaska.
Yeah, he was getting up too from his uncle helped him out with or whatever, and he was just kind of like getting the same feeling as me. So I just kind of messaged him one day, and he's like, "Oh my god, yeah, let's do that."
And little bit, not to go into too much detail, but that certain person you're talking about was once in the military.
Oh yeah, he was in the military.
And things went wrong there.
Yeah, he got his wisdom teeth taken out.
I mean, we don't need to get into details, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
there's
really,
no need to. But,
okay, yeah.
but you know, he ended up being. It was just discharged from the military. Like,
yeah, it was just some bullshit, really.
Well, that's cool because good decision, right? I mean, fuck. No, I mean, you're kind of trapped in the military.
I mean,
almost as if you're at home.
Thank you for your service, though.
Right.
Right.
Anyway, so you and him decide, okay, we've been thinking about doing this, but now we can actually do it.
Yeah.
We can go to Alaska. And you're doing this for no reason other than to just see Alaska, see about the world.
Just to go.
And go.
I was like, I always wanted to see
Where
Alaska.
were you in Alaska?
I was in Talkeetna and Anchorage for a while.
Okay. And is that a big place?
Talkeetna's in one road town.
So why there? Why'd you end up there?
Because it's a big tourist spot. Like if everyone comes up there, it'll be just so busy.
In a one fucking road place.
Because they have like glacier rides, river rides. It's just there's so much to do there.
How hot is it in Alaska in the summer?
Well, I guess it was the year I was there. It was the hottest it's been in like 30-something years.
Which is like 60?
I had one day it was like 96 degrees.
Whoa.
And it was a lot hotter up there, man.
And was it the kind of heat that we have here? Like
yes, yeah.
Is exactly
same.
Okay.
Pretty much the same.
So it was good times there.
It was crazy. You watch from spring to summer like in a day. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just think you watch things blossom.
Did you? So you were in Alaska for how long?
A year.
Oh, a year.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, like 7 months.
7 months. Did you ever experience that where it was like dark all the time?
No, I got out of there. We drove down in October.
Well, I don't know the times that you escaped it though.
Yeah, right before.
So you were there for about 7 months. So you got a job. You said doing what?
I was a bartender.
Bartender, and where were you living at this time?
I was living in Talkeetna. And
hostel or apartment, like what?
We were living with this weird chick for a while because we couldn't find a place to stay. And
so you had nothing planned going up there. You just figured we'd figure it out. Yeah,
again.
So
well, actually, we couldn't decide where we want to live in, like Girdwood or Talkeetna or somewhere else. There's a bunch of like tourist spots, you know.
So
we just kind of showed up to this town and like applied for jobs and got hired that day. So we're like, well, I guess we're staying in Talkeetna.
And where'd you go that night? Or first couple nights, what happened? Where'd you go?
That's a good question. I cannot remember. Oh, we have a buddy. Craig had a buddy named Travis that lived up there already. So we stayed with him.
In Talkeetna. Talkeetna?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. And so you stayed with him for a while.
Probably 5 days. And then we found this. Then we stayed at a hostel actually out there, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we stayed with all the climbers from Mount McKinley. And Mount McKinley is there. It's like the largest mountain in the Northern Hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Okay.
So did that. It was cool. I mean, it was a one road town, so it was a lot. It was just all you could do was there was either drink or go hiking, So like.
That's just basically what you did.
Yeah.
So this crazy lady you stayed with. How'd you get hooked up with her?
We just put an ad at the melt, like, because it's one road town, so we just put like a little ad up that we need a place to stay, and this lady called us. I just felt bad for her. She was really lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
How old was she?
50, 60.
And what she just said, you can stay with me?
She just seemed like, she wanted some company. Like, so me and him just posted up on the living room floor for a while. It's kind of classic. And
That's weird. Is that not weird?
I mean, I wasn't home much. Just kind of came home and fell asleep. Went back to it.
Really? At night, though.
Yeah, but she was like a night person, so she like sing bluegrass. And
So this is like the movie Wanderlust and shit, where there's like a compound and shit,
right.
like fucking people just weird and shit, right?
Oh yeah, I did that. I did woofing in Australia.
You did what?
Woofing in Australia.
What the fuck is that?
It's like organic farming. They pay, like, you work for them. They like feed you and let you have a place to stay.
Oh, and you did that part of the 7 months.
Yeah.
How long?
Like 2 weeks. It was
like 2 weeks, dog. I was there like 2 weeks.
It was a nudist one, and it was just
what?
It was too weird for me.
Just kind of. Why are you getting involved with this shit?
With this chick, I don't fucking. It just happened.
It just happened. Were you nudist?
Oh, I was butt naked, man.
Oh my god.
Boots on, bro.
Oh fuck. Oh god. Okay.
If no one cares, it don't matter.
No, I know, but it's just weird how you get into those situations. I was
wanted, yeah, there's something different.
Just those situations. Okay, so we're there. 2 weeks go by. What are you doing in Alaska? You're working. Are you meeting new people? Are you partying?
Yeah, meeting everyone. It's really cool. I had 2 jobs lined up, so I was working constantly and just saving up all the money that I lost traveling.
Yeah. So that was all it was for you? Just pretty much save. You had the 2 jobs. I was saving money.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily trapped. It's just partying, kind of.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So what kind of partying were you doing?
I mean, go to the bar. There'd be bonfires. Be on the river. It'd just be outdoorsy type of shit,
Mm-hmm.
People going hiking. It'd be cool because like there'd be like 20 people go hiking.
So it was a big group thing.
Yeah.
So who'd you meet there? Anybody that?
Oh yeah, actually, I met 2 of my really good friends. One that lives in Oregon with me now.
And that's
No, I have my buddy Matty and my buddy Tucker. So 2 people.
So 2 people came with you from Alaska.
Yeah, we all just kind of.
So where'd you meet? Like, how'd you meet these guys in Alaska?
Well, I was the bartender, like the main brewery there, and so.
So basically,
I just met everyone.
So what's Craig doing?
He's working there too. I think he was working for the town store too. So he just knew everyone.
Weird.
And there's only one town store,
And so did you guys? I mean, what kind of stuff was going on as far as like, were you? Besides drinking, were you guys really doing anything crazy? Like, were you planning anything big? I mean, were you doing like what was the goal here?
I don't know if I want to talk about it.
Okay. Well, as far as I know, you guys end up in the woods. Am I correct?
We did some things and got ran out of town.
Got ran out of town.
By straight pitchforks and torches type.
Pitchforks and torches got ran out of town. So
I mean, they weren't there, but the whole town.
Okay, so this is kind of weird because we just went from we're having a great time to we're ran out of town.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, we got ran out of town, and then we had nowhere to go, so we drove down to Anchorage, and
with Tucker and Maddie.
No, just Craig and I.
Just Craig and you.
Yeah, we were the only ones, and anyways, we stayed at this like hostel there as well.
So you just ran out of town, meaning you up and quit your jobs and.
No, like. We got released of our jobs.
So the people who own the bar was in.
Well, there's no police, so like the people that own the companies run the show there basically.
So the business people were the people that had a say in things.
Yeah, the town committee shit.
So those people were part of the people who were running out of town.
Right, and so
with pitchforks.
sort of hypothetically, and
fucking arrows with fire on it and shit. That's what I got in my mind. You know what I mean? Like they're shooting fire arrows at
that's
you.
the mentality I want you to think of it as. So that's how it felt. I've never been shunned so bad before.
Did you turn around and literally walk out of town? Like it wasn't like
well, they gave us like, you got 2 days. You know?
Oh fuck!
Yeah, we fucking just were like, well, let's just do this. Anyways, we stayed at this hostel, went to this bar, ended up meeting the whole EDM scene of Alaska and this one bar.
Okay.
So we instantly made friends with like 20 people.
Right. That's how it works.
And found out about everything that was going on in Alaska within a day. It was just
everything meaning
in Anchorage.
Oh, in Anchorage.
Like the shows, like what's happening, like there's
like hose control.
There's a scene for every anyways. So we met everyone there. But we couldn't find a place to stay. And we just didn't have the cash to do it, so we were like, fuck it. It's been really nice out, so we camped out for like a month, which was really cool. Probably the best part about it.
So you're in the woods.
Yeah, and then.
So how do you like take a shower?
Local YMCA.
You had enough money to do the YMCA thing, or
no,
how'd that work?
Just like every 2-3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you have any lady interests at this time, or?
I mean, throughout the whole thing.
After 2 or 3 days, you were still interested. You know what I mean? No showers after 2 to 3 days. You guys were pretty much still cool with each other.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
That was all good.
That's cool. Hey, that's cool. Hey, that's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know.
Hey, that's cool. Whatever.
You know.
So how many people were in the woods?
It was just me, Craig, and Tucker.
So Tucker's now tagged along.
Well, we met him. Yeah, we randomly ran into him and met each other.
Randomly. So you really just passed by him.
I was driving down the road, and then I was in a really good mood, jamming out. And I saw my buddy Tyrese. I was like, yo, Tyrese. He's like, we just pulled over to the fucking.
Was this guy you met in Talkeetna?
Yeah, there's another dude I served a beer to, and I was like, hey, man. And then.
And you're in fucking. Where are you now?
Anchorage.
How far away is that?
3 hours.
So 3 hours away, you met some motherfuckers on the side of the street.
Yeah, then I met Tucker. We partied that night, and then.
And Tucker was with him.
And Tucker just like met us, and he just was like, I'm chill with you guys. Just like, we're gonna get jobs tomorrow together, guys, and this is gonna happen. He was enthusiastic, and me and Craig were like, man, we've been rolling together for a while by ourselves. I don't know if we can have some guy come in, but he fit right in, dude.
That's cool.
We were like a tripod for a while.
So for a while, so you were in Anchorage for how long?
Majority, like 4 or 5 months.
Okay, so it was basically half the time you were in Alaska, you're in Anchorage.
Yeah.
With Tucker, you, and Craig.
Yeah, we all camped out in this like two-person tent. All 3 of us just like bundled up real tight.
Hey, you'll get warm that way.
Whatever. And the coolest part about that was I remember like one night I heard some rustling around, and I just zip open the fence, the window to the tent.
That's ballsy, dog. I don't know if my first fucking.
But there's this massive moose just right in front of there. It was like 2,000 pounds. I was staring at it like, holy shit. And they're just grazing. And there's 2 or 3 of them.
2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, they're just right next to us.
Fuck.
We just looked at them, and they were just like, all right, this is probably the coolest thing ever. Just right in front of our face.
How many times did you take hallucinogenic drugs?
I mean, how many times have I done
in Alaska? Or did you do it in Australia?
None in Australia.
None in Australia.
Hey, I've done it a few times.
What about in Alaska?
3.
3 times
Yeah.
in that 7 months?
Yeah.
What were the experiences that you?
Have you ever done mushrooms first? Though?
No, I haven't. That's why I'm trying to ask you. I mean, the thing is, hearing your story, right?
Yeah.
It seems you're kind of on your own. You know what I mean? You're still kind of finding yourself and seeing what you want to do and just doing different stuff, right? Just enjoying life. And obviously hallucinogenic supplements, shall we name them? They show you stuff about yourself.
Mushrooms is crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but if you were to sit there in any kind of a spiritual sense, it might teach you some things.
I mean, I have epiphanies every time.
Right. Okay. So what were these experiences like? I mean, Did you have one like post living in the tent?
I mean, no.
Or-
I had them in my home. Like when I had the house, we got a house after the month there out in the woods.
So after the month in the woods, you guys got jobs,
I mean, we had jobs. We were working while sleeping in a tent, but
and then you had enough to rent a house, or
yeah, we just found this dude that was really cool. We just rented it out for the remainder 5 months.
5 months, and then, okay, so you took mushrooms then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that one time or 2 times?
I usually just have when if I have an epiphany on mushrooms, it's usually about how I treat people or how I say things. Just shit makes me change.
Change in a better way.
Yeah, my perspective on people and everything.
So nothing about your surroundings, kind of like what were some of the visions you might have seen?
Oh, it's not really like that.
No visions,
I mean, it just
not at that time.
you rub the carpet, it's like velvety. It's I don't know.
Just kind of an experience.
You
You
don't have
with
vision.
tracers and shit like
You
that.
just see things that are
Well, no.
different exaggerations.
You could take enough mushrooms to see Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, your third eye.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we're in a house. We're in Alaska. What made you leave?
Winter.
Winter.
And
what does that mean?
I just didn't want to do the winter, and we had this girl named Sam that she came up and visited us, and she was just like, "Let's all live together." And then she found.
So how'd you know her?
Met her. My buddy Tom Little. Yeah, somehow they met. I don't know. Just like that though.
In home.
No, Oregon.
Oregon.
That's why I ended up in Oregon.
So Tom, a friend we know, knew this chick from Oregon.
Yeah.
And now you know her. And she liked you guys so much she came to Alaska?
She loved Craig at the time so much, and yeah, I mean, now she does.
And so she came to Alaska to visit Craig, and she spawns this idea on you guys that
we should all move and live in Oregon. And we're just like, and then I had this mentality. I was like, I want to go to Colorado. And
have you been?
No.
Okay.
That's why I was like, I want to go to Colorado. And Craig and Tucker were like, no, let's just do this. And I was like, well, 2-1, all right, let's do this. Moved
I'm
down
never
there.
gonna stop a good time.
Moved down there. She found this big house.
And whose credit? I mean, obviously we're in Portland now, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't just.
We just had 5 people sign for it. It worked out.
It just worked out.
Actually, really
How
good.
big of a house?
I don't know. It was like 8 bedrooms.
What?
Yeah, 8 bedrooms.
What was the rent?
2,100. But between 9 people, it was nothing.
What were you paying?
200-ish. 250, 260 or something.
Damn, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they let 8
I
motherfucking
learned a
people
little-
your age live in a house like that.
Oh, I think she hated the owner.
So
But the landlord.
she hated the owner, so she fucking rented it to you guys.
Yeah, his name was John Fox. I couldn't stand the guy either.
John Fox, the fucking owner or the coach of the fucking
Yeah, well,
Denver Broncos.
this fucking guy, I couldn't stand him. Anyways, so yeah, it was like 4
So you, Craig, Tucker,
4 girls, 4 guys type of thing.
and Maddie.
Maddie flew down like 2 months later and lived in our living room.
Okay.
I was at this point. I was like, man, there's 8 people there. There's nothing sacred.
No, right, I guess. Yeah. Did you have your own space?
I had my own room.
You had your own room?
Yeah.
Just you, or?
I mean, I had my own room.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Everyone had their own room except there was a couple. You know.
And so So Sam had these friends from Portland.
She met these 3 girls. Then they were from Poulsbo, like Washington area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And so everybody was just down to go to Portland.
Yeah. Everyone wanted to change, and it just worked out really well.
Well, that's pretty cool because that doesn't always happen. You know, I mean, you don't
Yeah.
always get 8 people that are down to rent out a fucking $2,100 home. I mean,
It was like
house.
what's that TV show?
Real World.
It's kind of like a real.
It was the real world.
It's like a real world episode.
It was the real world.
It
Okay,
was,
so-
dude. There was such drastic bullshit drama that happened.
What do you mean? Like what?
Just people's food getting ate, getting drunk, people getting drunk at random times of the day, or getting really high for 2 days or something like that. I'm like, yo, I fucking just got home. I don't want to deal with this type of thing. And then screaming and yelling. And I
Oh, fuck.
had a ping pong table, and was really good on it. I don't know, I had people over all the time playing it.
So what were some of the problems that you had being at this house with 8 other people?
I don't know. I didn't have any problems. I met my girlfriend that way. Well, my ex-girlfriend. And
So here comes another girlfriend into the story that has became an ex-girlfriend.
yes.
So you met her. Okay, great. What are you doing in Portland?
I was serving again.
Serving, so you were working.
Yeah.
And-
Selling of all sorts of things, and then Craig came up with vape genies.
So vape genies.
So he found out how to get vaporizers for a really good price for wholesale prices.
So he's basically Amazon for vaporizers.
I mean, you just sell and distribute to smoke shops all around Portland and Seattle.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
So
I feel like driving.
what's the website?
VapeGenies.com.
VapeGenies.com.
Yes.
And
check it out, man.
so what is it? Like just a bunch of vaporizers? Or
Yeah, for
is
dry.
this tobacco? Is this marijuana?
It's for like e-juice, dabs, concentrates, dryer.
And is there anybody else like him? Or what's the
Oh yeah,
What's-
there's always a competition. Yeah.
so what you guys so you just went to like Hemp Fest and stuff and
Yeah, we did really good there at Hemp Fest. We just did Hemp Stop last weekend. We
what
might be going to Vegas for one of them too.
what's the type of sales look like for something like that?
I mean,
Like in a weekend?
10 plus.
Okay. So how much is he buying for? What's the type of profit margins on something like that?
I mean, 2 to 1 type of thing,
All right.
On some things, I don't, I'm not really sure. I don't talk to him about that. It's
You
just
sell it?
that's his business, I'll just let him do his thing.
And you're just a salesperson?
Yeah,
You're being there to help support?
just talk to people.
That's your friend.
Bullshit. Yeah, help his business out. I want him to succeed.
And didn't he go to India selling rocks?
His uncle had some like rocks that needed to be cut, or some diamonds, I don't know, polished.
Oh God, that would be such a story.
He just kind of just dropped them off. He had family out there or whatever, and just had a really good time.
That's kind of crazy. So you're in Portland now?
Yeah. Well,
what's the website? Vape Genies? Maybe Vapor Genies.
VapeGenies.com.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he can't be an online business selling anything for marijuana. So it's all
That's all the product itself. That's
it's
it.
just the product.
Yeah.
We're intentionally for
Mhm.
tobacco,
Indeed.
straight, cool. Does he got a business license?
Yeah, he's got it all.
Everything?
He's on top of it.
All right.
Yeah, he's taking care of himself.
Anyway, you're in Portland, okay? You guys are partying.
Um,
I mean, is this like a party house? Like you have parties all the time?
yeah. Actually, it was excessive. We only could be in there for like 5 months.
What do you mean?
We're just like no one could handle it after 5 months. It's just like this is so much. No.
So everybody's just partying all the time, or we're just sick of being around?
It's like, well, it's just like, 5 people want to party, and then like the other 3 don't, one's sick or something like that. And then it was like, well, fuck, 5 to whatever, which is not fair. It should have been like, hey, we all have to agree on it.
Well, I mean,
But
5, that's the majority.
But yeah, I mean, it's just so many people. No one knew anyone either, so it was just kind of like put into a home and like, hey,
It's the real world, bro.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
exactly.
trying to say.
Yeah,
It's the fucking real world.
I mean, I'm really good friends with all of them now. No, from it.
Did you clash with anybody?
No, it's my house.
Well, I mean,
Like,
but it was the other person's house too.
I mean, I kind of like they let me run the show kind of there.
Well, but I mean, so you didn't really, you didn't really.
Well,
not
everyone knew
like-
I was extremely reasonable, so unless I got drunk.
I'm extremely reasonable unless I get a ping pong handle or,
Yeah.
or fucking thing in my hand, dog. Then I throw that shit.
Yeah,
Then I throw it.
Yeah, like,
You're making me mad. I throw the ping pong, ping pong. That's all
Yeah.
there you go. Anyway, so you're at Portland for 5 months and it's over.
no, I mean, yeah, that house was 5 months, and then I moved in with my girlfriend at the time, and then I just was like, and then Craig was like, "Where am I supposed to live?" And then so we found a place, and I moved in with him, and that's where I'm now.
And so how is this? You guys signing
Moved all my shit.
1 year leases, or?
It was a 6-month lease from this Asian lady. It's cool.
And so is this a lot smaller place?
No, this house is really cool. Me and Craig put all the money up front for it, and like rented out the rooms. There's a 5-bedroom.
And you just rented out a couple rooms?
Three of them.
Three rooms for 2 people?
What?
So
Three for 3 people.
who's the third?
I mean, me and Craig, and then a couple of my buddies.
Okay, so
Yeah.
and then who's the other 2 people living in that house? There's 5 bedrooms, right?
Yeah. Just my friend Melly, and then like.
So other people you know.
Yeah. Other
Yeah.
people, yeah.
So it's all I mean, it's just a different house, just smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys aren't partying as much in that house?
Yeah, not nearly. We're
Not
out.
nearly
We're
as
out.
much.
We're out a ways. We're like 30 minutes from downtown Portland, so no one wants to go out there.
Okay.
Which
so
kind of was the idea.
Right. So what do you guys going to? You're the kind of rave kid now. You go to
Right.
raves.
I mean, well, they're not raves anymore, but I used to.
What do you mean they're not raves anymore?
Raves are different from what they are now. They're shows now, you know.
So it's about the music now.
Well, EDM wasn't popular years ago, you know. Like,
Right. Well, it's definitely hit its stride.
and now it's like the
100%.
most popular thing. It just bothers me.
Why? Because you hate that shit.
Everyone listens to it, and like
Let me ask
no one
you.
gets it. You know, I don't know.
Well, what's there to get?
I don't
You're
know.
supposed to love the music, right? No, but you're right. It's played out. I mean, I see every fucking person wanting to go to Paradiso now, and it's goddamn gross.
When I used to get made fun of for that, you know.
To go to Paradiso?
Or like any event like that. Oh man, that druggy.
Oh, well,
druggy.
I'm sure people still fuck around and say that shit, but people today are,
Who cares?
ever since marijuana's been legalized, people today are a lot more, well, at least in this area, people don't people don't judge you for doing a lot of stupid shit that you used to do.
Exactly.
If I wanted to go do this with this person, no one's going to say shit anymore. So you go to shows and you do that a lot.
I mean, I love the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so did you listen to Parkway Drive when you were in Australia?
Right?
Did you?
No, I did not.
What?
Well,
You didn't
I
try
don't-
to see a show or something like that?
I mean, the shows weren't on my mind then, but there's so much other shit going on.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah, now I've moved back home and I moved to New Zealand.
so you
in
do what?
3 weeks. I've moved back with my parents.
You're
Just
moving to New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah.
Why New Zealand?
Well,
Obviously, I mean,
you only get
throwing darts. No.
Americans only get 4 places where they can actually work and stay, and that's Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Ireland.
What do you mean?
Well, like you can visit all the other countries, but you can't work there.
So the working visa
It's a working visa. Yeah,
only allows you to go to those 4.
yeah, for Americans.
Really? What if I want to go to Africa?
Go fucking Africa. You just can't really.
What if I want to work in Africa? There's people working there. So it's just different
You can
types
help
of.
in Africa. I don't know. I mean,
No one wants to get a boat.
yeah. I never looked really too far into it, but yeah, exactly. I just know these are the 4 countries you can work in.
So are you planning to go to the other one?
Yeah.
Iceland?
Ireland, yeah.
Oh, Ireland.
I plan on seeing everything I can
Why?
until something stops me.
Why
find what I'm
New
looking
Zealand
for.
first?
I mean, I went to Australia and I just realized how great it was there. And New Zealand looks better personally.
Well, that's where isn't that where they filmed Harry Potter?
One of the Rings is what I think you're shooting for.
I could be. I could be.
Yeah.
Either way.
It was filmed there.
Either way. So what is the goals for this trip to New Zealand? And how long do you envision you might be there for?
For New Zealand, I'm gonna be there for 12 months. I plan on.
So you don't have a plan right now. You're gonna step off the plane with your backpack and say, "Here I am."
Somewhat. I booked a hostel for 5 days once I get there, and then I have been working on Gumtree, which is like Craigslist over there, and I'm gonna buy a camper van once I land, pretty much.
Okay, so you're gonna be sleeping in the van.
and traveling through that van and working, everything. I just realized how much easier it could have been to live in Australia with a van.
Fuck.
And,
Yeah.
and that's how they do it. Some people spend their year and then they sell it and they sell it. Just keep going.
You could go to Walmart and just stay in the Walmarts.
If
Fucking
they had a
Walmart.
Walmart, I don't know.
God damn.
Right.
Killing the world. Well, seriously.
But yeah, that's the plan.
But you're gonna buy a van and just kind of go around.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna work.
Just be gone for a year.
I might be gone longer.
Well, I mean, if you like it, right? Or if
Well,
you meet
no,
a girl.
well,
or,
I mean, I can't really plan that far ahead. I've never actually gone through.
right. I mean, I guess
Changes all
shit happens, right?
Changes all the time.
Well,
One day I want one thing,
so right now you just want to go to New Zealand.
Yeah.
You want to get a tattoo?
I'll probably get one.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything special in New Zealand that you're aiming to see?
Oh,
But is there like a special mountain or a monument or anything like that?
there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, I don't know.
What about the pyramids?
Oh, I'd love to see those.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why isn't that drawing you more than just going
It's
to
not
New
really
Zealand?
safe to go to Egypt right now.
Well, I mean, it's never safe.
Just like it's really bad there.
Yeah, but they're still doing so for me, there's a lot of like Egypt is my shit. That's what I like. That's where I'm going first if I can go anywhere. But the authors of books that I read, they do tours.
I
Right?
mean, yeah,
$2,200, you go to tour with these authors in Egypt.
It's risky.
It's risky, but I mean, is it
I'm
that
just,
ever something
I'm just
you
going to
ever-
New Zealand just for the sake of
Being safe.
I can make money there too.
What are you planning to like get a job?
I have,
You have a job?
kind of. I have a serving job in Auckland.
How do you know you have that?
Well, I met this girl at this restaurant I was working in Portland, and was just kind of talking to her about it. And she's like, "Oh, well, my husband's brother owns a restaurant in Auckland." So I was like, "Well, I'm Dana,"
Really?
and I'm like, "I'm Dana. Can you send that his way?"
Oh my God.
And I was like, "I'm happy I met you."
That is so. You know what? And here's why I know you're on the good path.
That's,
Not the good path, but I just feel like this is where your destiny's taking you. I believe in that because there's no way anyone would have met a lady like that
I mean, yeah.
who just happened to have a fucking.
I'm just really looking forward to doing it by myself.
Oh, you're going alone.
Absolutely alone.
Because Craig's got to stay back.
He's got the business now.
He's got the business.
He wants to come, but yeah.
But you're down to do it yourself.
I want to do it myself. Everyone, all your friends, everyone you have around you, like kind of influences the decisions you make. I want mine all in mine. I want to do everything that I actually want to do.
Do you have any plans to do something drastic?
Yeah, all the time. That's all I try to do.
That's pretty cool. I give you that. I think that's awesome. I think that good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, and let me know, and we'll have you back on.
Absolutely.
Really, this was fun.
I mean, this is interesting to try out.
Yeah.
I mean, I agreed to do this. It's pretty cool.
I just wanted to hear your story and where you're going. I think other people should hear it too. And they'll be interested to kind of see where you land in a year or more's time.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're going to be back right in between that time. It's not like you're going to be gone for 12 months, just absent. You're probably going to come back once? No?
I don't know.
Probably not. He goes, probably not. I got a van. All right.
I'm gonna be there for a year,
I
probably
can't
do
desert
something.
my fucking van. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, love you, man.
Love you too.
Have a good time. We're going to be signing out here.
All right.
Champs Cast over.